When I read the article, "Where Does China Stand in the Race for Aircraft Engines?" published on a Chinese website, Sohu, I agreed with the author on some points. It is true that aircraft engines are the heart of an airplane, and developing them is extremely complex. It requires cross-disciplinary technologies, advanced materials, strict quality control, and rigorous certification. The article is also right to note that even the United States, the global leader, has faced challenges. For instance, the F-135 engine for the F-35 underwent years of testing and refinement before reaching stability. However, alongside these accurate observations, there were also claims that were misleading or exaggerated about China's capabilities. First, the article asserts that only the US, UK, Russia, France, and China can independently develop turboshaft engines, while Germany and Canada rely on foreign licenses. This is incorrect. Canada's Pratt & Whitney Canada is a global leader in turboshaft and turboprop engines, with its PT6 series widely used worldwide. Germany's MTU aero-engines also has independent development capacity and plays a key role in European military engine programs. Second, the article suggests that the UK and France are limited to medium-thrust military turbofans, while China has joined the advanced group. That view is skewed. The EJ-200, developed by the UK, Germany, Italy, and Spain, powering the Eurofighter Typhoon, and France's M88 for the Rafale, are both modern and competitive engines in their class. To dismiss them as medium is unfair. Third, regarding the WS-20 engine for the Y-20, the article claims it was first unveiled in 2025. In fact, the WS-20 was already flight tested on the Y-20 in 2022 and showcased publicly at Airshow China that same year, as widely reported internationally. This makes the article's statement inaccurate. Another issue is the claim that the WS-20 makes China the fourth nation to field a large thrust turbofan, ignoring France and the wider European consortium behind the CFM series and Rolls-Royce Trent. This simplification overstates China's position. The conclusion that China has become one of the best technologies in the world feels overly optimistic. It is true that China has localized some military engines, from turbofans for helicopters to turboprops for transports and turbofans for the J-20 and Y-20. But compared to the US or Europe, the gap remains clear. Challenges remain in durability, reliability, fast repairability, and especially international certification. On the civilian side, the CJ1000A engine for the C919 is still at the testing stage and has not been certified by any international body. Meanwhile, engines like the CFM56, LEAP, PW1000G, and Rolls-Royce Trent dominate more than 80% of the global market. China has made undeniable progress in aero-engine development, but calling it the third pole of the global engine industry is premature. The technology is advancing, but not yet on par with the US or Europe, which have decades of experience, mature certification systems, and overwhelming market share. For context, just days ago, Russian First Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov told reporters that Russia was ready to supply components for Chinese wide-body aircraft, including composite wings and heavy engines, and plans to provide the PD-26 engine in the future. And in late August, reports emerged that Boeing was negotiating a sale of up to 500 aircraft to China. The takeaway is clear. Reporting on Chinese aerospace should be careful. Many developments are real, but exaggeration and overstatement are not uncommon.